green buttons to go. Green buttons to go, red's to stop.
Green generally tends to be go.
Yeah. So, finally on our way to Brands.
Hey!
We did edit the video, or I did edit the video for Caswell, but where we sort of missed half an hour gap with the SD card running out of space, and also, that's nice, and also with the little mount on the bottom of the camera wasn't done up, so all you get all the time is on the A1, so that was I might put that up. I've edited it and it's like 20 minutes long. The last minute of it is just like a still image where I've cut it, and editing isn't my forte. But yeah, off the Brands.
Yeah, so how does it feel to be riding again?
Weird. I really enjoyed just being at Snetterton, just sitting there having a beer and watching
Me fall over.
just generally watching motorbikes in the sun was quite pleasant, really. But yeah, a mixture of excited and like nervous, because last year at Brands GP, you know, I'd been doing like loads of exercise and stuff like that, so I'm kind of a lot fitter than I am now. Even, you know, Silverstone and Brands, I was a lot fitter than I am now. So I'm nervous, and just a lot of stuff's changed on the bike now. Fitted new quick action throttle, new subframe, new fairings, new, you know, triggers broom kind of situation. So yeah, excited and nervous, really. What about you? I mean,
straight on.
You need to sort of give a recap of Snetterton, because we didn't do anything after Snetterton, because we had like 8 cars.
Yeah, so Silverstone went really well. Wasn't off the podium all weekend in the rookies and got some points in the MRO, so I was like really buzzing, looking forward to Snetterton. Mainly because Silverstone I didn't actually, although we'd done a couple of track days there, I didn't really know the circuit.
Well, you've done it on the GP track, haven't you?
Yeah, and even then I hadn't done a huge amount of time on the circuit.
Yeah.
So I was, and to get those kind of results, I thought finally I've actually made some progress in my riding style and stuff. And Snetterton circuit, I know I'm going to be the tits. Didn't quite go to plan. So I had a couple of issues in the MRO qualifying. Had a bit of contact with Dan Sales, which was probably mainly my fault. I was just being a bit of a tit, I think. So that went a bit pear-shaped. Then as soon as I went straight out on your bike, I threw it straight down the road. Literally first left-hander, cold tyres, bit of dirt on the tyres, and I don't know what went wrong there. Really.
I don't think it was anything to do with the dirt. I think it was cold tyres. They went up to pressure and something like that.
So went down. Then had a fantastic first rookie race where I went from the back of the grid to finish 18th overall, 17th overall, something like that, and 5th in class, which then gave me a whole new confidence boost. But then the weather was really changeable the rest of the week, rest of the day, and confidence went here, there, and the other. But got some
yeah,
with the wet
slight
MRO.
break, wasn't it? Yeah.
Then in the first MRO race on the Sunday, started to get some pace and confidence up, and then I went down the road at Murray's, just tucked the front on the exit, and then it was just damage control for the rest of the weekend. And although I was riding hard, I was probably riding as hard as I'd ridden all season. Your bike was just missing something in the mid-range, and no power to get away or anything like that. We just kind of left
drive
me as
up corners, wasn't it?
Yeah, and so because it was a different bike, I couldn't get used to it, and I was just a bit of a sitting duck, really.
I think it's a combination of factors. It's confidence levels. It's sort of taking a bit of a bashing, especially after that. Differing views on your crash at Murray's. Like, some people say you caught a bit of curb. Others say, you know, the rear end came round on you and stuff like that. So that's of a crash. It's the more disconcerting part is not understanding.
Yeah, if you know what you've done wrong, then you know what you can fix it. But I just couldn't get Murray's right the rest of the weekend.
It serves a purpose to crash, because you learn something about yourself. But when you crash and you don't understand why, yeah, you're right from this one.
It was so the rest of the weekend, every time I went around Murray's, it just felt like the front end was about to tuck and I was about to fall off, and I just couldn't get it right.
That's a mental thing.
Yeah. And but so it was like massive high from Silverstone, massive low from Snetterton. But the main point really was getting some points on the boards. So I'm still sitting third in the championship for the rookies. So this weekend, hopefully get a good weekend and try and consolidate that position.
But your higher goes from sort of half day on Cadwell, doesn't it? Like getting that second.
Yeah.
With Ludo getting the win because Cam and Charlie crashed.
Yeah.
Has really sort of propelled you into confidence levels.
Yeah. But it's from that then. Silverstone was actually beating Cam and Harris outright in racing. In that when I got my win.
Oh yeah, Cam and Charlie. Yeah.
It was actually Cam and Charlie was actually beating them on the circuit. No, it wasn't due to them falling off. It wasn't due to them having errors or anything like that. I actually beat them on the circuit. And then to go from that to a really poor weekend results-wise at Snetterton was a bit of a pain. But I know what I did wrong. I've just been a bit of a numpty. So yeah, hopefully better results at Brands.
So Brands Indy at the start of the year was the first time you'd been to Brands.
Yep.
So you now know Paddock Hill, Druids, Graham Hill Bend, Clearways.
Kind of
that's kind of not Clearways anymore.
Yeah. Well, Clearways is going to be different because we're going to be taking it faster than we were at the Indy circuit, which will mean that we'll be going into Paddock Hill a bit faster. Because I've been doing my research, watching the videos and stuff of other people in their races and stuff like that. And they all seem to be braking a lot earlier than I'd expect for Paddock Hill. So they're all braking literally as the pit exit or just slightly before that. Right. And what we were doing at the Indy circuit was waiting till the 20 metre mark. And that just kind of made me think, oh, we must be going a lot faster into there. But I don't know.
Yeah, I think you definitely carry more pace into Clearways from Stirling or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Because you're up in...
rather than Surtees where you're coming through and you've got quite a hard turn to come all the way round, you're going up into fifth and then it's quite an open corner Clearways now. Yeah. Compared to the Indy circuit version. So
yeah, I mean Brands GP as a track is amazing.
Yeah.
Like
it's a good place to watch.
Everyone focuses on like Paddock Hill Bend, and Paddock Hill Bend is kind of the showpiece.
Yeah.
But you've got the same kind of thing out the back of the track because it's all in the hills. So like Hawthorne, you know, you go into Hawthorne, you go under the bridge, you go down and then you go back up really steeply, just like you do in the Druids. So it's quite mentally challenging as opposed, or psychologically challenging as opposed to physically challenging.
Right.
You know, Cadwell's quite physical because you've got to move the bike around and you've got to concentrate, you've got to hang off and you get all this kind of stuff. Whereas Brands GP is you go into Hawthorne and you've got to go, I'm not touching the brakes. Yeah. I'm just going to go up, roll up, you know, roll off, roll up it, go down again and get back on the power as soon as I hit the apex. And it's, bear in mind you're flat out in sixth going into the bottom of the hill at Hawthorne. I kept on cycling myself out. So even last year when I was right elbow to elbow with Rich Tyra, and we both went into the corner together, and he just sort of rolled off that a little bit later. I still couldn't bring myself to just, you know what? Don't go on the brakes. Just lob it in and it will go. Yeah. So that's my main challenge for the weekend is once you get that corner right.
Yeah, it opens
you
up
get the next
circuit.
one, you get the next one, you get the next one, because you just carry so much more pace. So, yeah. So what you expect? I mean, the Rookie Minitwins is quite a strange category this year, from a perspective that last year, with the exception of Natter, who got injured, everyone kind of did a full season.
Yeah.
And this year,
and also you were doing it by yourselves. You had more often than not, you had your own race.
Yeah, well, we were normally split grid with the YPMs or whatever. We weren't ever just rookies. Or Thunderbike Sport as it was at GP last year. But this year in the Rookie Minitwins, you've now got Cecil who's moved up to Thunderbike Extreme.
Yeah.
You've got John who's moved to 600s. you've not had like a consistent grid of everyone kind of thing, have you?
No,
You know, Eddie's not there this weekend apparently.
Yeah, it's been consistently, you got Cam and Charlie out in front. Graham Carr, fast guy, turns up every now and again.
If he's there this weekend, he'll be a threat.
I don't think he is, because he comes from all the way from Crewe. I think he only does CAD. He did Donington. He'll probably do Alton.
Silverstone, so
yeah, I don't know, but he's a good rider. I enjoy racing with him as well, actually.
yeah.
And then you've got Will, who's really progressed. I think he's going to be in big danger.
He'll be there or thereabouts.
Yeah,
because he was there or thereabouts at Snetterton. You know, he was
third. He was fourth most of the weekend, I think.
Yeah. And like, having watched some of the Faith Fuel Racing like clips and on boards and stuff, as soon as he gets that little bit of aggression,
yeah,
that's, you know, people ride in different ways, right? You've got the guys who are super smooth, super silky, don't need the aggression, then they'll make a move and go. But looking at those videos, you know, if you compare, you know, something like one Glyn Davies videos, or Jake Pover's, you know, if there's a bloke there and they're in the way, they're going past them,
yeah,
irrespective. Will seem to have been, you know, apart from his moment
a bit too much
his moment at Hamilton,
Jesus
which is
Christ.
amazing. He's still getting that overtaking part, which is a track, I think, which you struggled with at the start of the year.
Yeah.
It's the whole stick up the inside and let them worry about what they're doing. So.
It's an element where you're just giving a little bit too much respect to the other people on the circuit,
yeah.
But also not give them enough respect to that they're going to be fine. That
Yeah.
you're thinking, well, if I go underneath them, they're going to run wide, they're going to have an accident or something like that. Whereas in reality, it's racing. They do it to you, you've got to do it to them, kind of thing.
It's just track day etiquette. Track day. But yeah, I think Will will be there this weekend, providing his crash at Brands hasn't psyched him out a little bit too much, because that's his first.
Well, he's an ex-trials rider, isn't he? So he said it was his first crash on the road, but I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be right back in the groove. He's doing the test day today anyway, so we'll be able to get a bit of a gauge on where he is at.
Yeah, it's only on the Indy though.
Yeah. But yeah, so you've got a few people that'll be up there, but the class just keeps on getting smaller, and it keeps on getting a bigger divide. I think me, Will, Ludo. Ludo's here this weekend.
And Dan Harris as well.
And Dan Harris will be kind of a group just in behind Cam and Charlie.
Yeah.
I do kind of think that if me and Will can get a break on the other two, and Dan's really come along quite a long way. I reckon we could probably hang on to the back of Cam and Charlie and get away from Ludo.
Well, Cam did GP track down. So Cam's got the heads up.
So's Will, so's Dan.
Yeah.
So's Charlie as well, I think. Is he doing a track GP one?
Yeah, but his Facebook post indicated that he had like some kind of failure. So
his dad just came in one, didn't he?
Yeah, he's just come. Yeah. So whether he's going to be there or not, I don't know if that was a bluff or whether it was. Yeah, I hope he is, because you know it keeps the title battle open and that. But
he's got two bikes, hasn't he?
Yeah, so he's got carbon and injected. So.
He's going to be there. It's just if he throws down one of the one bike that he's got, then he might be in a bit of an issue.
But how far off of Charlie are you on points?
About 80 odd points, I think. Yeah.
Right. So if you can get 4 race
wins, and if he doesn't have
not going to say race wins. If you get 4 solid.
If I get 4 seconds, then he doesn't.
4 solid races. You know, don't put labels on it. If you get sort of sharp end races, and you can bring it home, then you can be putting pressure on him.
Yeah.
You know, you then end up going to Cadwell and Snap, which are places where he was quick, but it puts pressure on him because one mistake can.
Yeah.
On the same
he's not just looking in front of him to Cam, he's also looking behind him to me.
But if Charlie's not there this weekend, then Cam, if he has 4 wins,
that's it done.
It's kind of done, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think that's going to be the key, is try and get 4 solid race results, purely to get get a gap behind me, and if I can make any dents on the guys in front, then great. But I need to open up that gap in behind because I'm not doing Alton. So if anyone goes to Alton, then that's 50 points that they can close on me.
Yeah, I forgot about Alton.
So it's could be interesting. But yeah.
No, Eddie's the one who's closest to you, isn't he? So
and with him not being there this weekend,
even if he goes to Alton, you should have built up a buffer to cover that. So.
It'll just be a case of Cadwell and Snetterton at the end of the year. Which, to be honest, if they're wet, that could suit them.
Ultimately, I think it's Cam's to lose now. He's looked so solid this year. Like
he's just been consistent, hasn't he?
Yeah,
he's just consistently in first or second. Whereas, so even on Silverstone, when I got first, he was still in behind me in second. And when Graham got his win, oh no, Graham didn't get a win, did he? Because he broke
Cam
down.
got a win and Charlie got a win.
Yeah,
Charlie got 2.
No, Cam got 2, I think.
Cam gets 2.
Yeah. Because Cam got the one that Graham was leading, and Graham retired because he snapped his chain, and then I came in second. Right. And then in the last race of the weekend, Cam hipped Charlie, despite I think Charlie setting the new lap record.
He set his new Rookie Minitwin record, which was only marginally quicker than Cunningham last year.
Well, I thought Cunningham did a 16.9 or so.
Yeah, and
Charlie did a 15.7.
He didn't get to 15. Well, I thought it was 16.7.
They did do 6. Cam did a 16.7.
You want to go that one?
Oh, yeah, sorry. A 16.7 on the Saturday afternoon.
Oh, okay.
And then, he's coming up.
That's right, he's saying. Right, okay.
And then on that last race on the Sunday, they just got themselves up into a good group of guys.
Well, they were with the 400s, weren't they? So the 400s pulling them along in a straight line, and you got a little carrot and everything. I mean,
and he went up to 15.7.
I mean, I think that's been the difference this year compared to last year's Rookie Minitwin. Is that last year, okay, you had Dan sort of ran away with it, but him and Natter were sort of class above everybody else. Oh, you're going to get squished. Dan and Natter were sort of like class above everybody else, with Cunningham being there, 80% of the time as well. But then behind that, everyone who was,
you're all pushing
Gary,
each other forwards.
Sam, Rich, Yaver, Cunningham as well. Mark was there as well. That's 5 or 6 guys who were always within sort of like a second of each other.
Well, the thing is, he was able to push yourselves forward, weren't you?
Yeah.
Whereas we don't really seem to have it, because we're broken up with the Thunder Bike Sport guys, where some of them are just faster down the straight line.
I don't think that's really worked out.
No.
From what I saw at Snetterton, I think it makes sense.
And it does make it interesting. It does make it interesting in terms of the racing of us being fast around corners and them being fast on the straights. But we haven't progressed as far as we probably would have if we were on our own grid.
Yeah.
Or a bit more of a bigger split on the grid.
I don't think it just sort of waters down the whole Rookie Minitwin thing. But if you've not got a bumper grid, then you're not going to get your own start. But that was all as a result of Eddie's crash, wasn't it? Like, I think it was one of those things.
It was Eddie's crash and Charlie's incident with the back marker. It was that kind of stuff where there'd been a couple of those situations where within the first lap and a half or so, him and Cam were already on the back of the Thunder Bike Sport.
Okay, but
and the fact that they were treating them as back markers and being not exactly overtaking them the right kind of way, I think that was the issue.
Well, yeah,
and
I can see both sides of the argument.
And the fact that they had to come in together with Talon as well.
Or whoever it was, yeah. I can see the argument for it. right? You know, if you're fighting for a championship, you don't want to be worried about what this CBR 600 is doing in 3 quarters time. But on the same token, it's the art of racing.
Yeah.
So, you know, you've got to pick your moment. And I don't know, you know, we had it all year long with the YPM rules. You know, at Snetterton, YPM could start first. No, we'd start first and YPM afterwards, and within 2 laps we'd catch the YPM.
Yeah.
Okay, a little bit different because, you know, outpower them down the straight and outpower them around corners. But you, yeah, I don't feel on it.
I was more worried about the spider.
But it's the art of racing was catching them at the right time and passing.
A130, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because you want to go down to Lakeside essentially. Don't you? So, oh dear, that's not clever. So obviously you're aiming for podiums.
Yeah.
Oh, choke the man spin.
That's
As a bishop said to a mum. Or mum to a bishop.
Yeah, that's kind of where at the start of the year, I think that's the change in mentality that I've got now. Is that I was happy with 4th, 5th. I was thinking that was my target, and then try and get anything from the guys in front from there. But after Silverstone, I kind of see as my minimal target is staying on the podium.
Being the best of the rest.
That I need to be on the podium in each race. But yeah, I definitely feel a lot more confident in my riding and stuff than I did at the start of the year. And I've definitely got more aggressive and stuff.
You don't want to go there,
yeah. And I'll just make sure no one's going to come up around. Yeah.
So what lap time then are you looking for?
I'm thinking that the starting minimum is a 145 depending on the conditions. But I'm targeting a 143. And then hopefully try and get down to 142s and 141s if it's nice and hot. But 143 is where I want to see myself being minimal in at least the second race tomorrow, and then all of Sunday should be in 143s.
Yeah, so I did 143.1 or 142.9, something like that, last year, and that was when there was 4 of us battling for 5th place. But yeah, okay, that's
so that's kind of my minimum target. Then in terms of results, it's podiums in the rookies and points in the MROs. I can get a good quality in the MROs, try and tag on to some faster guys, and that'll help me in the rookies races as well.
Yeah, you've got to treat that MRO as an extra sort of training, learning kind of thing. You've got to not get bogged down with people who are not going to pull you along.
Yeah. It's a way to practice racecraft as well. If I do find myself poor start or something like that, then I've got a chance to work my way through a grid, which on people that are on similar bikes to me, which just helps me develop those overtaking maneuvers, which I might then need in the rookie race.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are your targets?
Finish races. No, I mean, for me, I want to get down to 41, pushing 40 really. That's where I need to be. Which now that I've actually got a bike that's got mid-range, yeah, it's just going to be learning how to ride a bike again, because it's now completely different to the last time I rode it.
You never forget it, 'cause it's just like riding a bike.
Yeah, good one. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to be kind of top 5 Thunderbike Sport, but obviously it depends on who turns up for Thunderbike Sport.
You've got to remember, it's a very fast circuit.
Yeah, but I want to be there or thereabouts. I want to be top twin in the motorsport, but obviously if Paul Witherington's there, it could be a bit of a problem because he's pretty quick. So I'd like to sort of qualify near him and let him pull me around, just sort of learn a little bit from him, and that will help me with the MROs. MROs is still targeting just being top 10 really. Last year I think in the MROs I finished 17th at my best.
Yeah.
So yeah, I ideally want to improve on that. As long as I don't finish 11th, I'll be happy if I finish 11th or not, but yeah, I'd like to think that what the guys at Essence Books have done is gonna make quite a big difference.
Yeah.
You know, it's better power curve now, better torque curve. You know, new seating position might or might not help.
Yeah.
Hopefully give a bit more feel to the front end because they're not going to be quite loose forward on it.
Yeah. I think we're also going to have a slightly lower starting gravity from where the seats are a little bit lower down. That we should then be able to get a bit more corner pace.
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly get a bit more feel for the front end.
Yeah, it will certainly help in places like Cadwell because they've got a little bit lower gravity, but low centre of gravity.
Yeah.
Because it's a flip, isn't it?
Yeah.
What you're going to do. Yeah, no exhaust.
Yeah.
Different engine nose. Sounds like I'm just reeling off a list of excuses, doesn't it really? But yeah, 41 has got to be the last.
Fine, I'll target 42s then. Qualifying, I'd imagine I'll do a 44 or something. Yeah.
Silly like that. I just want to get myself up to speed again properly before really having a go.
Yeah, we've got to remember that whole back part of the circle, although they've done some track days on it, will still be fairly green at the start of the weekend.
Well, we'll have it following the rain that we've had this week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it'll be what it'll be, but the biggest problem I'll probably have this weekend will be fitness. It's just, you know, power gel. Did we pack the gel?
Yes.
Oh, we did. Yeah, that's it really. So we've got a few people coming to watch this weekend as well, so I want to make sure we've got a good display.
Yep.
But ciao for now, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see you at the end of the weekend.